Today's episode is brought to you by Modern Grower. Modern Grower is the go-to source for 100% organic, GMO-free microgreen seeds. Trusted by hundreds of growers for high quality and low prices. If you're growing microgreens, start saving at shop.moderngrower.co.
Like I said, NPK, and we understand it's written on the label of most fertilizers that you get, but I don't feel like, at least kind of in this space, sort of the home gardening, small farm space, there's too much, or there's not enough discussion in relation to soil pH. Now, how important is soil pH? What are some of the things that farmers might be doing that is affecting, kind of throwing off the pH of their soils?
Soil pH is extremely important. I mean, I've heard people say, well, you just get the soil balance and don't worry about the pH. Let me tell you, when you start running the paste analysis, what you'll see is those soils in that range from 6 to 6.5 have much better soluble numbers than those that are up from 6.5 up to 7.5. I've had some 8.3. And that pH is critical for getting solubility. Now, you take it too low, you get down below 5.5, and I think a lot of the soil microbe guys will say you're starting to shift from bacterial breakdown to more fungal breakdown. Mm-hmm. So you really, I mean, and like things like nitrogen is broken down by bacteria. If you're putting on feather meal or blood meal, plants aren't going to pick up any of that until it's broken down into the ammonia or nitrate nitrogen. So the biological activity has to work. So the other thing that will happen is as you slide down that scale and get into that 6 to 6.5, there's enough acidity there that things like calcium that weren't available before, it starts breaking down, starts dissolving and getting calcium back to those plants, which again affects root mass. So don't underestimate pH, and it is important.
And so
let me give you one more example, if I can.
Perfect. Let her rip.
I had, when you're talking low pHs, high pHs, talking manganese. I had a field one day, it was a carrot field, and it was in what we classified as a muck soil. Anything over 20% is classified as a muck soil. And I get out in the carrot field, and on one end of the field, I had manganese deficiency on the carrot leaves. The veins were dark green, and in between the veins, that was yellow. And I got down on the other end, walking through there, and I see these black spots, which kind of indicated some toxicity problems. So I took tissues. I already had the soils. The soils were 10 parts per million manganese, which by most soil consultants' standard is a pretty low number. Yeah. But we got in that field, and on one end it was deficient. The other end it was toxic, and that was all because of pH. Mm. The end that was toxic, that was in a deeper muck pocket, and that pH was like, I'm going to say something like 4.8 or something like that. And really but acidic. At the other end, the pH in that same field was 7.6 because the muck had played out. They were down into some marrow, which they were bringing up snail shells and high calcium stuff, which was inducing the deficiency. So here we have a field with 10 parts per million manganese, and I had sampled it north and south, so I knew that they were almost identical. But between one end it's deficient, the other end is toxic, all because of pH.
Hello, growers. Looking to turn your homestead into a profitable business? Or are you a farmer looking to boost your sales? Check out my book, Sell Everything You Grow. This book is the ultimate guide to choosing the right farm business model that fits your farm, time, and location. Discover which model has the highest profit margins and why diversification is so important. Whether you're selling apples, vegetables, or microgreens, Sell Everything You Grow will help you find your first market or expand into new ones. Get Sell Everything You Grow on Amazon and start selling more today.